not jam admission letter, like you did not jam did not send you email and tell you congratulations, you've been offered. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Trinity Iyenebo. For those of you that are just joining us, and if you're not just joining us, well, welcome, you know the vibes. For those of you that are just joining us, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, and give this video a thumbs up at the end of the video. If you're following me on the gram, you know that recently, I think today's what today should be Wednesday. Yeah, today should be Wednesday. Last week Monday, I got inducted into Nigerian Institute of Science laboratory technicians. I got inducted into NISLT. That's what he's called. I'm still having problems trying to figure out that NI whatever. But yeah, whatever. I got inducted into it. Like, my 5 years of stay in school finally paid off, and yeah, I got inducted. I'm now a certified science laboratory technologist or technician or whatever, and I majored in environmental biology. My license is with me, you know, the handbook is with me. It's really a handful. I mean, like, if you're looking at that, the handbook they gave us, the code of conduct, is a handful. I mean, there are a lot of don'ts and there are a lot of do's, and there are a lot of things you should never think of doing. So yeah, I think every association has that. So today's video is just strictly going to be about the mistake that I made while I was in school. I'm just going to be honest, plain and truthful about those mistakes, share them with you so that if you can learn from my mistake. If you're in school, be it your first year, your second year, your third year, even your final year, yeah, it's not too late to retrace your steps. But anyway,
this life is so depressing. Sometimes I wanna give up, sometimes I wanna end it cause I tried. I know, yeah, I know, yeah. They said this life is filled with lessons, boy, I have learned my lessons. Some fucking crazy shit happens so you can see your lessons. I know.
It's an urge.
So enough about me, enough about the induction story. If you want to see the full video, you'll see it on my Instagram page. Yeah, just follow me on Instagram, you'll see the full video there. So I feel like the first mistake that I made was I was too scared to play around with my cash or play around with my money. When I mean play around, I mean invest, risky. And I was like, if it's something I can't control, I'm not doing it. If it's something I have no control over, I'm not doing it. If it's something that I cannot access easily, I'm not doing it. Yeah, so for me, like, that was like a big mistake. So I'm going to like advise you, if you're actually seeing this money in school, especially if you're not self-sponsored, if you're seeing this money, this 2K, 20K, 10K, 15K, spare 15K that you use to, you know, solve your problems, or you actually save for it, try as much as possible to learn how to play around with your cash. Now, there are so many ways that you can play around with your cash. I recently discovered, I don't know if it's like an estate, or I don't know what kind. I really don't know how to explain it, where you get to pay a particular amount of money every day, and it's not much every day for a particular amount of years, and then before you know it, you're an owner of a land somewhere of your choice or somewhere. If I had thought about that, and I think I remember coming across something like that far back my year 2. But it was something that was too risky for me. I felt it was too risky. I had no control over it. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. And I was hearing testimonies about it, but I was like, no, it's not something I can control. It's not. Here I am now. If I started it, and I think the company is still up and running now, and people are still benefiting from it. If I was not so scared about playing around with my cash, maybe I would have been saying a different story now. And then Another thing I felt like I was too scared for was the forex market. Yeah, people are losing out, yeah, fine, but trust me, you can also gain from the forex market. I'm not about to teach you anything that has to do with forex, but I'm just saying in essence that if I had learned, or if I was able to loosen up myself to play around with my cash, to play around with my money, I would have been much more, way more comfortable than I am now. Yeah, that's the essence. Learn to play around with your cash. If it's your year one, you're in year one, your second year in university, your third year, even your final year, learn to take risk with your money. That's it. That's the point. I feel like learn to take risk with your money. What's the worst that can happen? You could lose it all. Yeah, that's the worst that could happen. You could actually lose it all, but then you could actually gain a lot. So this thing, life is 50-50, and I wish I wasn't on the protective side. I wish I was much more adventurous with my income. Yeah, I wish I was much more adventurous with my income. That's it. So I'm just going to like advising you and saying that if you're saving this money, please, I'm not saying you should be reckless with investment. Take your time to do your assignment, assess these things you want to invest in, and then know if it's worth it. But please don't feel like you're keeping it in the bank, you're hoarding it in the bank, you're saving every day. The value of our currency, God bless this country, keep going down and down and down. So what you feel like the worth of what, okay, the value of 60,000 naira last year is not the same value that it holds this year. I don't know if you're trying to understand me. So if you felt like you were saving in the bank, you were saving, now that thing that you were saving for, or that thing that you feel you're saving for, you may not actually be able to purchase it any longer because it has become more expensive, and then the value of whatever it is that you have now cannot purchase it. So what I'm trying to say is, try as much as possible to be much more adventurous with your cash. If you have to do a susu, take your time, do assignments. Just know that okay, we drop this every month. At the end of the month, when you collect that big amount of money, don't just go store in the bank. Find something to invest in, find something to play around with, something legal to play around with. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I'm sure you do get what I'm saying. The second mistake that I think I made, was I should have taken skill learning much more seriously. Believe it or not, there's a 70-30 chance that your certificate will not help you out immediately you're done from school. This is Nigeria. This is the country that we're living in. I'm going to be honest with you, and honest to God, there's a 70-30% chance right now that the certificate that you're sweating for, the certificate that you're crying for, that you're frustrated about, may not help you until maybe 2-3 years later. Sometimes it may not really help you at all. It's that side skill that you learned that will be your saving grace. I wish I knew it sooner. I wish I knew it earlier. I wish I had taken it seriously. Actually, at some point I knew that I learned makeup. I was going to go to makeup school, or I already knew how to do my own makeup through YouTube, but I wanted to go professional with it. And then I don't know what happened. Honestly, I cannot tell what happened, and I think I started the classes for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. I just dropped out. I don't know. And I know that I actually have a flair for hairs too. I wish I had actually taken that seriously too, and maybe, get really professional, get professional training on maybe hairstyling and all that, or there could be other skill training, something you're good at, something that you can be good at. Please take skill learning much more serious than you think. Certificate is really not the answer these days. Nope, certificate is really not the answer these days. Please don't be like me. Don't be like me. Try and take your skill learning much more seriously. If you're on break, try to make use of those 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Try to make use of. I know you're going home to rest, or the break is actually for you to rest. I know, right? I know, but please think of the 2 years ahead. Think of the year ahead. Think of the 5 years ahead, and know that you will rest. But Jesus Christ, you need to learn a skill. That's all I'm going to say. It's really a smart move, and as a student, you really need to learn a skill. Moving on, another mistake that I made was seeking validations about my life from other people. Yeah, that was one of the biggest, deepest mistakes that I made, and it almost did cost me a lot. Now, there's something you need to know about me the thing you need to know about me is that I struggled with my self-esteem for a very long time. I always felt that I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't the right body size. Jesus. But deep down, I knew that I was smart. I knew that maybe I'm pretty, but not too pretty. I just knew that I struggled with insecurity a lot. Self-esteem insecurity, body insecurity. Jesus, my insecurities were just too much, and I kept seeking validation from other people. You would tell me something about my body now, and I would cry. I would go home and cry. You would tell me something about what I wore out, and I would cry. And I'm like, okay, but I actually liked it though. But since you said it's not nice, okay, fine, I won't wear it again. At the point, I almost lost myself. I think I did. I didn't know who I was any longer, and for a space or for a territory like a higher institution, that's the most dangerous thing that can happen to anyone, especially as a girl. If you don't know yourself, if you can't find yourself, if you lose yourself in the valley of insecurity, is one of the worst thing that happened to you, because at that point you become a prey to a lot of things. You become a prey to bad friends, you become a prey to bad influence, peer pressure and all that. So it's like really one of the worst things that can happen to you as a girl, for you to lose yourself in your pool of insecurities. And that almost happened to me. It did happen to me, but being an introvert actually helped, so it wasn't that bad. Being an introvert really helped, so it wasn't that bad. Until one day I'm like, no, Jesus Christ, girl, how long are you going to continue like this? How long are you going to be like this? Huh? Someone tells you this, you go back and cry. Someone tells you don't wear that anymore, and then you go back and you don't wear it anymore. Jesus. I think that was where my snapback came from. And then I started wanting to do me. I knew that I had a sense of style somewhere, so I was going to do me. I knew that I liked something else different from what people were telling me suited me, and I started to wear them. I mean, I had this particular friend who just felt like I should quit wearing boots, and I loved wearing boots. Boots were more of my style. If you grow up in Plateau State, if you grow up in Jos, you know that boots is really a thing, especially during the holidays, during November, December time, when it gets really cold. So, and I grew up to actually love it, but I had this friend who really had a problem with it, and this friend was quite important to me. It was an important friend. So I was like, God, how long am I going to continue like this? And you know what, one day I was like, screw it. If you're not going to see that I actually like wearing it, and see that it actually suits me, not because you don't like it, see that I actually combine these things properly, then you might as well go. Don't be like me. I know it's hard. I know as a girl or as a guy or as a young adult, it's hard trying to find yourself, trying to find your feet, especially when you have a lot of options, especially when you when everything is thrown at you at once. If you're not seeing pressure from Instagram, you're seeing it from Facebook. If you're not seeing it from Facebook, you're seeing it from your friends among you who you may not know are actually living the fake life. So it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. So yeah, that was one of the mistakes that I made. I let my struggle, I let my insecurities get at me really bad. I mean, I almost got lost, but yeah, thanking God for his small mercies, here I am now. I'm doing better. I'm in a better space mentally. So yeah, that's it. Do not seek your validation from other people. Do not seek your validation from other people. Other people will always have what to say. They will always have what to say. Even if you follow what they want, they'll be like, don't you have your own opinion? Why are you always doing everything I say? Yeah, that's it. Humans can never be 100%, please. So please, another mistake that I think I made was, I think I should have lived more. When I mean lived more, I know being an introvert is really a thing, but sometimes I feel like I should have gone out more. I feel like I should have been a little bit of a social butterfly. It would have helped me in general. Yeah, being an introvert is cool and nice, but sometimes it's actually okay for you to go out and explore. I'm not saying you should be reckless. I'm saying that you should plan to go out. Yeah, plan to visit places, plan to actually want to get your feet on the ground and, you know, feel the breeze. I feel like I should have lived more. I feel like I should have gone to places more. I should have done what I think I would have enjoyed doing more. Yeah, that's what I think. So that's what I think. So I feel like I should have lived more. I feel like I should have broken my cocoon, my this enclosure that I always put myself in. I feel like I should have broken out really earlier. Yeah, I should have broken out earlier. Well, I'm just saying that you should actually going out is where you see things, is where you build your perspective, is where you build your mental space, is where you get to interact with people. You meet people when you go out. Everything is not just on the internet. When you go out and you actually hear people talk, you pick one or two things, or you can actually be like, no, I never want to be like this person. That's it. That's what going out does. It builds your mental space. It makes you realize that there's more to life than just looking for these things on Twitter and just seeing these stories on Twitter or on Instagram. This going outside actually makes you realize that things are actually happening outside. I don't know how to put it. Yeah, the going outside makes you realize that things are actually going on outside. I did that I feel is the mistake was I got into a relationship too early. I got into a relationship too early in the sense that I did not have time to build my own person. I didn't have time to build my own person, to actually find out things that I like and I don't like, the kind of lifestyle that I wanted, the kind of lifestyle that I would want for myself. You know, when you're in a relationship with someone and you love that person, automatically sometimes what the person likes, more often than not, what the person likes becomes what you like. What the person doesn't like becomes what you don't like. Being honest, forget being woke right now, and that's just the truth. Before you know it, you find yourself liking things this person used to like. You find yourself disliking this thing that the person dislike. So for me, I just feel like that one, like the mistake that I made. I got into a relationship too early at a point. Sometimes I feel like maybe if I had not dated this person, I would have maybe, maybe be a different kind of person. I would have really liked some things that I don't like, and maybe I would have disliked some things that I actually like. So yeah, that's it. So find time. Now don't get me wrong, let me disclaim something. Don't get me wrong. As long as you're legal, as long as you're 18, as long as you're 18, I think, yeah, 18 is like the legal age. As long as you're 18, it's okay for you to be in a relationship. I'm not saying if you love someone and you want to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship because you're just starting school. No. But if you know your person, if you know that this is what you like and this is what you don't like, fine, you go there, you're going to the relationship as your own person. You're not going in there to be influenced. You're not going in there to just swallow the person's personality and just ingest it and then just begin to manifest the person's personality. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm somebody that kept having insecurity issues, that somebody that did not know herself. I was just there. I was just a plain person. I just wanted to read novels and go to classes and come back and listen to music and call my mom. I did not know what I liked and what I did not like. I didn't know the kind of activities that I like, kind of activities that I did not like, and then I kind of like fell in love and I just kind of like swallowed the person's personality. I really wouldn't want that for anyone else. Really, I wouldn't want that for anyone else. I wouldn't want that for anyone else. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Try to be your own person first before hopping into a relationship. That's it. That's on period. Find yourself, know that this is you before jumping or before getting into a relationship. Another regret quickly was that I did not have a limit to the things that I tolerated from people. There was no limit. I wanted to be the good person. I wanted to, I think all this boils down to not finding myself. Yeah, this particular thing boils down to not finding myself. I wanted to be the nice person. I tolerated a lot of things from people that I shouldn't have even, that I will not now. Something that I shouldn't have done, but I did it. I wanted to be the good person. I did not have a limit to things that you can actually do to me. I know that you have gotten to my limit. You have done it. You have done it, and Trinity is going to be angry. I did not have that. I had there were instances that people walked all over me because they knew that there was nothing I was going to do about it, because obviously I'm just a little girl who doesn't know her left from her right, or I'm a girl who is just there. She no go do anything. She just there. Where you there? Yeah, come out now. She no go do anything. I don't know. She no go do anything. Come. She know they talk like that. Yeah, all those kind of instances. There are a lot of things that I cannot say on here. But I'm saying that please do not have a limit. By they have a limit to things that you tolerate from people. The essence, that speech that they say, you don't know where you're going to see someone tomorrow. I'm going to see you, and when I see you, I will push you in the gutter for what you did to me. Yes, I will push you in the gutter for what you did to me. So yeah, have a limit to when someone does something that you don't like. Open up, call him out. I'm not saying you should go on social media to call the person out. Talk to the person, call the person one-on-one. Hey sister, hey brother, you see that thing that you did? I do not like it. Do not ever repeat it again. I don't like it. Don't do that again. Don't do it. Next time you're not going to find it funny. Yeah, I wish I was this dramatic when people did something that I did not like. Really. Yo. Another mistake that I made was I did not do my JAMB regularization on time. Please. You're in your year 2, year 1, year 3, year 4, even in your final year. Please go and do your JAMB regularization. Don't wait until you're done or you want to do clearance, or until you're done with clearance that you go and do JAMB regularization. Please go and do it. Please go and do it. The portal is currently not open because they are writing JAMB now. The portal is currently not open because they're writing jam now. It will open next month, and I think it costs just about 5k. Please do it. If you know that it is not jam admission letter that you are using, that is not jam that gave you admission, that you post use TMA and then your school admission letter that you are using, that your name came out in second list, even first list, say, but as long as it's not jam admission letter, like you know jam did not send you email and tell you congratulations, you've been offered provisional admission into this institution. So institution, please can't do jam regularization, because without it you actually cannot go for NYSC. Yeah, without it you actually cannot go for NYSC. I kept hearing do it, and then I waited until I had defended my project before doing it. But hopefully I'm praying to the God that I'm serving that is not going to store my NYSC time, that you're going to actually send me this code on time so that I can go and serve my fatherland and collect that 33,000. I mean, I deserve it, don't I? I deserve it. So please, the main purpose of this point is, please, tomorrow, from next month, just take out time a day, Monday, Tuesday. It doesn't even take you 15 minutes, as long as it's your turn. You just go do that jam regularization. Then there's this indemnity form that they'll give to you, that you take to your school admission unit, and then your school admission unit take it up. They've taken light, so yeah, obviously this filming has come to an end. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, because I actually did enjoy making it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you learned from my mistakes, and I hope that I did not offend anybody while making this video. Like, you don't watch this video and feel attacked or feel offended, but if you do, I'm sorry. It's just something that I feel. And if you have more questions concerning anything that I mentioned, however your question would come, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. I'll be there to answer everything. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. I'm sad that I have to go, but yeah, I have to go. And thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, for God knows why the reason. If you haven't, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and let me know what you feel about this video in the comment section. And I'll see you in my next video.